But thank you so much for coming this morning, everybody. As you know, this is a real important day in Asheville, and definitely out here at Asheville Outlets, as many organizations are celebrating Earth Day and all the green initiatives that we're putting in place around the city, and that's what this is all about. Asheville Outlets helping set a new standard by having these electric car plug-ins, by being an economic engine for Brevard Road, and hopefully encouraging others to adopt those practices. And it makes sense, because at the end of that road is the North Carolina Arboretum and the Blue Ridge Parkway. What a perfect way to once again review our community and say, hey, this is something that everybody can do. And we're happy that Asheville Outlets is leading the way in this area on that initiative. And I want to thank everybody for coming. I know we have members of the Asheville Outlets staff here. My business partner over here, Jill Lieberman from Adapt Public Relations, but also we have Dave Erb here. We're going to introduce a little bit later from Land to Sky Clean Vehicles Coalition, and so many members of the Blue Ridge Electric Car Club. As you know, in Asheville, it is real important when you come into a community to be sure you keep a piece of history in the sense of someone that knows the area, knows the people, and knows the project. So I'm very proud to introduce the general manager who was here at Biltmore Square Mall. So she knows the ins and the outs, and she's been a wonderful asset to the Asheville Outlets team. We enjoy working with her every day. So I'd like to introduce Sharon Morgan, the general manager of Asheville Outlets.
Thank you, Blake. Thank you guys for all for coming. You know, these charging stations are just one way that Asheville Outlets is going to strive toward the goal of being an environmentally friendly place to shop, as well as being an environmentally friendly place, a shopping center in our community. ChargePoint is one of the world's largest vehicle charging networks with over 2,400 locations nationwide, and I have to feel like that this location is going to be one of the easiest locations for anybody to be able to get to, because we're right off of the interstate. You couldn't ask for a more perfect location for the charging stations. This station is one of two that we will have. This station charges 2 cars, so we'll be able to charge 4 cars on the property at any time, because they'll be open to the public 24/7. The ChargePoint station comes with an 18-foot cord, so it's very easy to be able to charge your car. There's an instructional video that will help anyone get through and understand how to charge it. It's in English, it's in Spanish, and it's also in French. So, you know, any of our tourists coming to town that maybe aren't real bilingual aren't real fluent in English can also get it in Spanish or in French if they need to. There's a touch button interface on it that works in rain, in ice, and even with your gloves on. So that's very handy, because I know sometimes you're trying to do your electronics, and if you've got your gloves on, it's difficult to do. It's daylight readable. It has a brightness control on it. It charges at a rate of 25 RPH, which, as you electronic car guys know, that's miles of range per hour. So it's free to our customers while they're shopping. It's actually free to anyone that just pulls off the interstate and that needs a charge. They have a full color LCD that any sponsor actually could use to download their message on. They've got signs up on the top and signs on the side, so that any sponsor that wants to can put their message out here and it can be seen all the time. So if any of you guys around know of any sponsor that would like to be a part of these stations, then by all means send them our way. Thank you.
Thank you, Sharon. So a little bit earlier I got an education along with a few other folks about electric cars, about the electric vehicle movement. So we're proud to introduce Dave Erb, bring him up here. He's a professor from UNC Asheville and a member of Land to Sky Clean Vehicles Coalition.
Right, I'm actually here today standing in for Bill Aker. Again, my name is Dave Erb, spelled E-R-B, and I'm standing in for Bill Aker of the Land to Sky Regional Council, who had a very strong role in this. He couldn't be here, but he sends his regards. Land to Sky is a voluntary association of 71 member governments in this region. They coordinate planning and development for Madison, Buncombe, Henderson, and Transylvania counties. And they coordinate a lot of things that require a regional approach, but two of the most important are environmental quality and transportation, and so we combine these in this charging station. The Clean Vehicle Commission started a couple years ago as Land to Sky was trying to get Clean Cities designation from the U.S. Department of Energy, and that the Department of Energy's primary focus is energy security. So they're trying to encourage, through the Land to Sky Clean Vehicle Coalition, they're trying to encourage substantially non-petroleum sources of energy, greater usage of that in transportation. This has a tremendous extra benefit here in this area because we don't drill for oil in North Carolina. When you pay $1 for gasoline, about 2/3 of that dollar leaves the state to go to some place where they drill for oil. About 20 cents of that dollar leaves the country, and that's an improvement from the way it was a few years ago. That it may not sound like an improvement, but that's actually better than it was a couple years ago. And so when we charge electric vehicles here, we're buying domestically produced, relatively locally produced energy that is produced far more cleanly than, and produced and used far more cleanly than a gasoline engine or a diesel engine vehicle uses its energy. And so there's a double spin-off here, the environment benefits, but also the consumers of the Western North Carolina region benefit. We get to keep a lot more of our money in our pockets so we can come here to Asheville Outlets and spend it. And so that has a tremendous spin-off in terms of the viability, the vitality of the local economy. So Land to Sky is really proud to have fostered and played a role in fostering a lot of these installations. With Asheville Outlets, we now have 36 different locations in the Land to Sky region, and with these two cords we have 86 plugs in the Land to Sky region. And so we're thrilled that Asheville Outlets has done this, joined as a partner in this really important effort to drive towards the future. So thank you.
Thanks so much, Dave. Well, as everybody knows, it's going to take the next generation to embrace this entire discussion about electric vehicles. And we have Rudy and his daughter, who's going to come up here in just a second and talk to us a little bit what it means as a family to travel around an electric vehicle. Thank you, Rudy. How do you pronounce your daughter?
John.
And Rudy and Johnny, everybody.
Thanks. This is Johnny. I'm Rudy. I want to thank Blake, thank Tammy and the Asheville Outlets, and thank the Land to Sky Clean Vehicles Coalition for partnering to get this going. You guys are actually part of the future. This is the future of transportation that you're seeing, and we're really thrilled. You know that a lot of us EV owners are actually going to come here, and we save a lot of money in gas. We don't buy gas, and you know where that money is going now. It's going to go into the local economy and the shop. So we're really excited that you've decided to put these chargers in. These cars are really a really nice way to move around. Jackie has experienced this with me, and she could tell you a lot about electric cars. But they're fast. They have what you're going to do is encourage a lot of the people who live remotely, probably who are on the border maybe of thinking of buying a car like this. This will change their mind, because now you can come in here, charge for a couple hours, go shopping, have a cup of coffee, and then go back home. So it's a really big deal to have these chargers here. You're going to have bypass traffic coming through this town. This town is being put on the map, especially with electric car owners, by having these chargers here. So what else did I want to say? So yeah, you're on this is the cutting edge of technology. This is the pioneer spirit, and we really are really happy to have these here. And you're going to see us here pretty often at these malls. And I thank you.
Over there going to use the cup.
Hey!
There we go.
All right. And then I know a lot of you folks know how to charge these things, how it all works when you pull up to a charging station. But we're going to get a little demonstration, as you know, from a member of the car club that traveled the furthest to be here from Brevard.
Yeah, it's an 18-foot cord. We're all right. We got room.
Oh, okay. Wait, I didn't have a conclusion. That'd be good.
Will have a little charge point card here that comes with the charge point network. You order the card, it comes in the mail, and in this case it's free. I just have to sign in. Released. Here we go. That simple. Or is it?
Maybe.
Learning as I go too as well. Wait for the car to recognize it. And it's charging.
And this particular vehicle, how long does it take to become fully charged?
Well, if I was really low, it may take around 4 hours or so. But since I have about half of a charge, maybe about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, plenty of time to wander around in the outlets and buy some cool things, have a cup of coffee, and enjoy myself. And then I come out and I'm ready to go, and no fuel needed other than electronics.
How many miles can you go on a full charge?
This car about average here in the mountains, about 70, 75. Now that's of course in my style of driving where I'm going up and down hills a lot. Back in the woods, I do a lot of wildlife research and conservation, but in the towns you might get 85, 90 or more.
So is there any type of directory that has where all the charging stations are in Western North Carolina?
There's some apps.
So we could add this one for sure, because there's going to be signs that, you know, when people come in that tells them where to charge, where to go, but
Good.
we need to be sure that gets added.
Land of Sky maintains one, and then there's several others.
Yeah.
Okay.
Charge Point has an app. What's the other one?
Plug share, route cargo. Coming from Greenville, South Carolina, you could pull up on your car's screen in the Leaf and in the Tesla and all the electric vehicles, pull it up on your screen and you could see it. And then you could actually hit your navigation system to bring you directly here, and it would guide you all the way.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
So we thank everybody very much for attending this grand opening of the electric car charging station, and it is very nice to have more places for electric cars to charge, and it will be very beneficial for the area. And also this will promote more electric cars if they see that there are more places to charge them. It will promote the use of them. And this is also very exciting, and I can't wait to bring the rest of the family here as well to the outlets to charge. And we're very excited to see the tour, and it's very nice to have the charging stations here.
What about Levi's?
Oh yes, and also the Levi's outlet.
All right. Well, thank you for coming.
All right, Rudy's going to be the second person to charge at this brand new charging station. Go for it, Rudy. All right.
I heard it. Yeah. Okay. There we go.
All right. So it's official.
Nice electronics charging this car.
That's right. What do you think, Johnny?
I like it. It's cool. I like this car.
Is this going to be your car when you're old enough to drive?
Information will hide.
Yes, but I don't know if it's gonna be the same model.
Maybe a Tesla?
Well, maybe it will be a Leaf, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be this exact one.
You're right. It's a few years yet, right?
Yes.
Excellent.
A lot. There's like 5 or 7,
You want a
6 or
book?
7
You want one of
years.
these?
Excellent.
5, 6, 7.
But we will see you on the road driving an EV, right? One day?
Yes.
Excellent.
What are these?
You're the future. That's right.
This is the magazine.